Hey rail fans, this is Bob from the Bob's N-Scale Man Cave. I have today one of my newest engines, and it's been around for a little bit, but it's new to me. It's a Kato GG-1 Pennsylvania Railroad number 4935. This is the engine that is on display at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum near Strasburg, Pennsylvania. I never did get to see this in person. I did look at it through the window of the museum because it happened to be on a Sunday and they were closed. But I saw this item and I saw an HO one and I said, you know what, oh, that looks like a good collection item, have a museum piece actually on my railroad. So what I'm going to do today is give you a quick review. Okay, let's take this thing out of the box. I already took the cover off. Comes with some trip pins, which is standard with all Kato engines. And you can see it looks fairly accurate to the real thing in the museum. The five yellow stripe design, number 4935, and you have some working pantographs. They're not electrically working, but they do work by raising up and down, you know. I'm going to have to test my clearance in my tunnels. I don't know what would happen if I put these all the way up and tried running them through a tunnel. It looks like it might be a little bit tall, but I don't know. We'll see. Get a close-up view of this engine. It looks like it's basically two engines, which it is. I heard that at one time they cut these things right in half and just called each one of them a GG. So they look basically the same and they worked just fine, just cut in half. I haven't seen one like that, but it would be an interesting picture to see it cut in half. Well, this engine, from what I was told, can take a very tight curve and radius, probably the small 9 3/4 inch radiuses. You could take those. I'd probably want to keep that around maybe 11, 15 inch radius or more, because that will look kind of odd with the wheels way off to the side like this. But it's going to run just fine on my layout. It's going to be up near the ceiling. No one's really going to see the curve too much unless you get right up next to it. I've got minimum of 18 inch radius curves all over the place. So take a look at the front. The painting looks pretty good. You can tell, at least what I'm thinking, what you can tell, the front of the engine is based on the top. As you can see right here, they have a couple vents or something up here on the top, little bumps, which is different than this side over here, which doesn't have those bumps. There, you can see that better. So I'm calling this the front because that's how it was kind of packaged in the case. Was this side was to the left side of the package. Got red lettering, or actually red pinstriping around the windows. Some pretty small lettering in there. Water and fuel, oil. Pennsylvania Railroad emblem. Trucks look pretty accurate. Another water label there. Little tiny number board right up there. As you can see, the top a little bit clearer. And so far, that's the only way I can tell which way is forward and which one side's the back side. You could have it running either way, it probably wouldn't even matter. It does matter when you take it apart and put your DCC controller in. It is shaped a little bit differently on the inside. So there is a front and a back from what I have seen, and how to put one in. We should take this for a test run on the man cave layout. Well, not much of a layout, but the man cave loop, so to speak. One of the other things I want to look at is what I just picked up locally at my local hobby shop, which happens to be House of Trains in Omaha, Nebraska. It's a flat car. That's a it's from Microtrains. It's called Heavenly Body. Right here. Number 045000501. It's a 50-foot flat car, fish belly side with side mount brake wheel with container. Now the container has some nose art printed on the side of it. United States Army Air Corps, and it's made to kind of look like a World War II era bomber. It's got the 13th Air Force emblem on there and a bunch of little bomb markings signifying a certain number of bombing missions this particular aircraft performed during the war. Let's take it out. Has a picture of a U.S. Navy plane in there, which is not a U.S. Army Air Corps picture. I think somebody messed up there, but that's not the actual airplane that this boxcar represents. One thing I notice is that the boxcar is loose. It's not strapped down, which it could probably slide off eventually, so you got to kind of watch that as it's going around the track, and if you bump it, you bump it. But it's got a pretty good detail, like most microtrains stuff is pretty detailed. Got the labeling on the side. The bottom looks very detailed. It's not just a plain old slick bottom like some manufacturers may do. This actually has a lot of detail on it. All the pipes and compressors and brake lines and what have you, which would be underneath a rail car. So they went into some pretty good detail on this car. So it just sits right down on top. Slides either way, there's no real place to put it, just kind of centered on there. Hope for the best, really. I suppose you probably could build your own little straps to kind of go around the outside of it. But all in all, it's a nice looking car, especially if you're a military buff or was in the military like myself. It's not too bad of a addition to your railroad. Well, there you have it, guys. I showed you the Kato GG-1 number 4935 Pennsylvania Railroad electric locomotive. Part number, if you're looking for it, is 137-2001. I also showed you a Microtrains 50-foot flat car, fish belly flat car with a military boxcar on it from World War II kind of design on it. Heavenly Body it's called. And I got that for $20. Yeah, $20. And all in all, I'm impressed with both the locomotive and the rail car. And if that's what you're into, got a thumbs up there for it. Just want to let you know, it's a couple more days till we have the YouTube Model Railroaders live show with Modeler Man Mike and a few other DJ trains and some other modelers as well. I don't have the whole list in front of me, but every month, the first Wednesday of every month, they'll have another show with a new line of guests, maybe some returning guests at some point, but that will be shown live at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time in the United States. So anywhere from Texas to Minnesota, straight up the middle of the country, that's the time zone you want to be in. And remember that time zone. Do your own calculations however you want, but That's when it'll be. On for June. That time zone. Mostly 5 June in Germany time, which is going to be my birthday. The live show will be on my birthday in Germany. And I'll be celebrating my birthday as I watch this show. So, happy birthday to me. Until next time, rail fans, this is Bob from DeBob's N-Scale Man Cave. And as always, have a good day and happy model railroading.